Last night, Errol Spence got his first knockout in since 2018, getting a win over Yordenis Ugas with a 10th round technical stoppage. Let's talk about it. Well, my my prediction for this fight was for Errol Spence to get the win on the decision. Uh, he wanted the knockout, didn't get it. As we know, a man down knockout, but he did his thing. From the first round, Ugas was looking kind of sharp, looking kind of promising, like he was gonna get in there and do his thing. Judging from that stare down, you would have thought Ugas was gonna go out there and wreck and catch some wreck. Definitely not the case, man. But so first I think the first two rounds, I only gave Ugas like people give Ugas a 6. I gave him the first round. I think that was the only round I really gave Ugas in that fight. The rest of the fight was all Errol Spence, man. He smoked him, shut him out. Um, he looked definitely he definitely looked better than he looked for fighting Danny Garcia. Uh, he looked like the same Errol though, man, from back then. Just it looked like he did lose a little step, man. He did look like he don't look like the monstrous puncher that he used to look back then. Like he didn't look. He looked sharp, but it looked like he was like trying to throw everything into his punch. And even Ugas, it's like he wasn't really rattling them, man. He wasn't. This is. I mean, I'm just looking at it like I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Errol, he just didn't like even with like Mikey Garcia and Sean Porter. I mean, Sean Porter is different, man. He's a tough fucking cookie, man, for anybody. Even for Terrence Crawford, man. He was giving dudes issues, man, until he got figured out, But everybody else, man, Errol just looked like he was just like he struggles to get the knockout. Like he throws he throws all his power into his punches, and it don't really seem like it be affecting dudes much like that, man. Like versus when he was younger and he was really stopping dudes and shit like that. But uh, one thing is, Ugas, he seemed like he was doing his thing, like he was down for the fight. And I don't know, I don't remember what round it was, man. He just stopped fucking fighting, bro. It's like somebody turned the nigga, like somebody turned him off or something. Like somebody, like he's a robot, and somebody deactivated his ass or something, and he just didn't want to punch no more. He just stood there and wasn't throwing no punches, bro. He stood there in the high guard, crunched down, wasn't throwing with arrows, letting arrow punch all up on his body, punch him all in the side of his head. He wasn't doing nothing, dude. And I was like, what the fuck is he doing? And Errol was just teeing off on him, bro. He's like he was having his way with him the whole fight. Uh, and then what round was it? The sixth round. Ugas managed to clip Errol. I think it was a right. And Errol mouthpiece fell out. Errol focused on the mouthpiece. Looked like he went to get the mouthpiece, and then Ugas took advantage of it and just he cracked him. Errol spent around, backed up. Ugas hit him again, and it looked like he was about to knock him out, but the ropes caught him. It was like Errol was like off. He wasn't paying attention. He got caught off guard, man. Even he admitted it in the post fight interview. He was like, "Yeah, it was a rookie mistake, man. That was his fault. Protect yourself at all times." Absolutely. Uh, it was a few times. It looked like Ugas stunned Errol a few times in that fight. It looked like he stunned him a few times, but it wasn't nothing too crazy. Like I never seen him really all that hurt. But I did notice a few times in that fight when Ugas did touch him to the body, he ain't really like that shit. I think it was the later rounds. It was like maybe 8. And it was another round. No, not 8. It was like I think the 5th and think it was the fifth and the sixth. I had to go back and watch it, but he was he was touching him. He didn't like it to the body. I saw it. I caught it. I don't know if y'all caught it, but I caught it a couple of times. But overall, I'm very disappointed in Yordenis Ugas because he's acting like he was gonna be this monster killer in the ring. He ain't do a damn thing. Now you got people floating around the idea that the fight was fixed. I've seen a couple of comments about going around like that. But listen, I'm gonna be fair here. Errol whipped that ass. He did his thing. But if you're starting to hear all of these things coming out about the fight, about Ugas looking like it was fixed, and hey, look, ain't that what people be saying? Ain't that what the other side be saying and shit? While everybody else when they got lose, they say the same thing. Oh shit, man, his water was spiked and yada yada yada. So what if I was just to say, well, damn, look at Ugas' eye, man. Was Errol Spence gloves loaded? Remember, I just got to telling y'all. I said, what if Errol Spence busts up his face, or what if Ugas busts up Errol? What are we gonna say? Is Errol's gloves loaded? Was Ugas' gloves loaded? Is that what that mean? It's like when Fundora beat up Erickson Lube, and all of a sudden his gloves was loaded, right? So was Errol Spence gloves loaded after busting up Ugas' right eye? Come on. Nah, I doubt that. That's not even the case. He just whooped his ass. That's what it is. But these people spin these narratives for their guy. When they guy get touched up, they always spin narratives. Best believe if Errol Spence eye would have got jammed up like that, you would have heard Ugas. They would have said Ugas' gloves was loaded up. You know how that shit go. Bitch shit like that. But nonetheless, Errol got the win. So Ugas didn't get knocked out officially. He just got beat up from pillar to post. It was almost like he was like a real living punching bag in there. It was almost like a sparring session. It was real odd. It was almost like it was a sparring session and he was just standing there just getting whooped on. It just was strange. It was like, okay, he was fighting and then he just stopped. And I'm just like, what happened? Did he feel something he didn't like? Because I've never seen Ugas do that. In all his other fights, he was doing his thing. He was scrapping it out, man, till the end. And then this fight, he just didn't throw no leather. That was a little weird seeing that from Ugas, But I think in the sixth round, in the 10th round, they ended up stopping the fight because his eye, the doctor was looking at it in I think it was the seventh round. I started really fucking up. Eighth round, Ugas didn't want to stop the fight. Then in the ninth and the 10th, the doctor, his eye got more closed up. So the doctor looked at it and was like, nah. Ugas was like, nah. It wasn't gonna be much. He was losing anyway. He probably would have got stopped. It would have been worse. So he wanted to go out on his shield. You know how that is, man. But the fight was stopped. Errol Spence is now unified again. He is now the WBA, WBC, and IBF welterweight champion of the world. Okay, so then the post-fight for Errol Spence, everybody was waiting to see what he was gonna say. Was he gonna call out Terrence Crawford? Because Terrence Crawford wasn't there. Word is he had some fights to attend because he has some fighters now. Because I guess he's trying to promote his own little stable of fighters, so he had to show up and pop out for their fights. So Errol Spence, they was asking him, hey, so what's next? He's like, yo, y'all already know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford. He's like, yeah, I forgot exactly what he was saying. He's like, yeah, told you I want to be unified. I want to be undisputed, and I'm coming for Terrence Crawford. He's like, I want, he said something about, yeah, Terrence, I'm coming for that ass or something. I don't quote me, but he said something like that, and he just walked off. So apparently, man, this fight woke Errol Spence, man. It gave him a lot of confidence, and he finally, a lot of his fans would say, he was he always said he was gonna clean up this side of the street. He was just waiting to get the third strap. and then he was gonna come out and call out Bud the way he was supposed to. My thing is, why not do that from the long shot? Like, you could have been doing that the same way he was in the ring. He could have been doing that, and then nobody would have been saying he was ducking Bud if he would have been the way he was. He had that same energy last night that he showed. He should have been showing that all these years, and then nobody would have felt like that. I'm taking it as this fight gave him some confidence. And I don't think he had a lot of confidence in beating Bud before, but he was always saying it. It was always there. He was just like, I'm gonna take his strap. He was never like real aggressive with it. This time he was on it. So shout out to Errol Spence. He called him out, right? And I did say there's a chance he'll call him out, and then they get to the table, and it's gonna be a whole nother fucking topic. Or the fight gonna really get made, and he gonna go in there, and he want all the smoke with Bud. So I said those are the only two options. So we will see when it's time to go to the table, But Terrence Crawford jumped right on it after Errol Spence called him out. Terrence Crawford said, "Good win. Now it's time for the real fight. Now ain't no more side of the street shit. Let's go." So Terrence Crawford hit him up. Then he hit him in another tweet, and he was like, "Yo." After I guess Errol said that last thing he said, and Buzz said, don't unquote, not quote it. Yo, keep them belts warm for me because I'm coming to get them the end of this year. So Bud like, yo, them my belts. Keep them warm, baby. Keep them warm. So we got to fight. Apparently, we got a fight on our hands. And in the earlier interview, Errol said, "Hey, man, I'm willing to negotiate. I'm not going to take off my jacket, but I'm willing to unzip it." Some shit like that, he said. So it's like he's saying, I'm willing to, show a little bit of wiggle room and shit like that. He got the third strap now. So remember that, guys. He got the third strap. So his fanboy is going to be like, yo, he deserved to give Bud 20. It should be 80-20. 70-30 is good now because he got the third strap. Errol himself said, fuck all that. Ain't nobody taking that. You remember that? So if ain't nobody taking that, then we should be looking at a 60-40 split, right? That's reasonable. 60-40 is reasonable. Or even if, I'll even say, if Errol just say, when he says he's not willing to bend all the way, that means he's not going to give into a 50-50 split with Bud. So my prediction is, when they go to the tables, if they make this fight, it's going to be Errol Spence 60%, Terrence Crawford 40%. That's my prediction. So I think overall, Errol Spence, he looked like the same old Errol Spence to me. To me, it looked like he did lose a little step, but he still looked like he had ridden into his old self. So he didn't look terrible, but he didn't look all that spectacular like he used to look. Errol used to look way sharper than he did. And I know people are going to say, well, it was the car accident, it took a lot out of him, but he the one that said that he's 100%, and he didn't look 100% to me, man. Especially against Ugas. So he should have got Ugas out of there. He should have stopped him. He should have stopped him. I'm talking about stop him. I'm talking about flatline him, stop him to the body. The way the old Errol used to get busy. He used to knock niggas out to the body, stop him to the head, knock him down. Ugas never was knocked down. He was still game. He was getting punched up like a punching bag, but he never was like rattled. I never seen him really physically rattled. I think maybe once. But he still was throwing leather. Rather one shot. He wasn't throwing shit at I'm like, this motherfucker throwing 1 or 2 punches, bro. You might as well just quit. If that's the case. But shout out to Errol Spence, got the win. So now we are looking at a potential mega showdown between Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. Now we're waiting to see what happens. Now we're going to see what Terrence Crawford is going to do for the rest of the year. He's saying he want to go right into the Errol Spence fight. Errol Spence saying he wants Terrence Crawford next. So this is shaping up the way I said it would. If they were going to fight, it looked like the fight will be coming at the end of 2022. Go back to my old videos, and I said that. So that was going to either be late 2022 or early 2023. And I don't want it to be 2023. I want it to be this year, and we will see the likelihood of that happening this year. So these fighters, they both got to get ready. You heard what Derrick James said, right? When they was in the corner, when they was playing that audio, he's like, yo, now it's time to go back in the lab, because he know Terrence Crawford is not Yordenis Ugas. He's not gonna have his way with Bud. You seen all of the fanboys. Yo, he gonna stop Bud, bro. You saw what he did to Ugas. He was supposed to do that to Ugas, and I told y'all that. I said he was supposed to smoke Ugas. What else? Well, who he was supposed to smoke Ugas, man. Ugas. A lot of us said Ugas wasn't gonna be a walkover. He wasn't gonna be a pushover. That's why I found it odd that he wasn't throwing no leather back. But a lot of us said that Errol should beat him. And we said Ugas should give him a good one. And he didn't really give him a good one. He tried, but it seemed like he was just, I don't know, man, he just was turned off or something, like somebody deactivated his ass. It was just really strange, but nonetheless, he got the L. But the win, he just, he was supposed to, bro. We knew that Errol Spence was more skilled than Yordenis Ugas. Ugas was there for him to hit. He wasn't using no footwork, man. Yeah, he don't have the best footwork. That is not going to be the case with Terrence Crawford. Y'all can say that all you want, but we going to find out real soon. And y'all going to see. It was some shit Errol was getting hit with by Ugas. If Bud hit him with some of them shots, it would have been a different story. I'm telling y'all. But we'll find out. It's going to be an excellent fight nonetheless. I still got Bud pulling it off, though. Especially after watching his performance, it was good, but it wasn't good enough to beat a Terrence Crawford. I just don't think it was, but we'll find out soon, I guess. But anyway, this is Rebel Life Boxing, man. Y'all like and subscribe for more raw content. Support the channel. I'll catch y'all later on the next one, and I'm out. Peace.